When did we start believing that throwing astronomical amounts of money at aging superstars was a secret formula for championship success? The Los Angeles Lakers are about to find out if this philosophy leads to basketball paradise or salary cap purgatory, as they chase a $220 million center who could either complete their championship puzzle or become the most expensive mistake in franchise history. The Lakers' impossible math problem. Let's cut straight to the heart of this madness. The Lakers are trying to solve a championship equation that doesn't add up on any calculator in the known universe. They want Karl-Anthony Towns, a five-time All-Star whose four-year, $220 million contract makes him both the perfect basketball fit and the ultimate financial nightmare. With a $53.1 million cap hit for 2025 to 26, Towns represents the kind of acquisition that could transform the Lakers into title contenders or turn them into the NBA's most expensive also-rans. Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley captured this paradox perfectly when he suggested Towns could land on the optimistic end of LA's trade budget. That's analyst speak for this is mathematically insane, but crazier things have happened. The Lakers are essentially trying to perform salary cap magic, turning Austin Reeves and a collection of expiring contracts into one of the league's premier big men. But here's where the story gets truly fascinating. Towns isn't just another expensive acquisition. He's the missing piece that could unlock the full potential of LeBron James and Luka Dončić in a way that transforms the Lakers from playoff hopefuls into championship favorites. The three-star super team, basketball heaven or defensive hell. Picture this scenario. LeBron James orchestrating from the point, Luka Dončić creating mismatches everywhere on the court, and Karl-Anthony Towns stretching the floor while providing interior presence. On paper, this trio would create offensive combinations that would make opposing coaches wake up in cold sweats. Towns' ability to shoot from deep will provide unprecedented spacing for two of the NBA's most creative playmakers. Buckley's analysis reveals both the promise and peril of this potential super team. The three-star model has proved a tricky one under the collective bargaining agreement, but a trio of Towns, Dončić, and LeBron James might have enough combined star power to pull it off. LA's defense might take a hit, but that may not matter if the offense is pumping in 125-plus points per night. This represents the modern NBA's ultimate gamble, sacrificing defensive balance for offensive transcendence. The Lakers would be betting that pure scoring power can overcome any defensive deficiencies, essentially playing basketball at its most extreme. Either they outscore everyone on their way to a championship, or they get exposed in the playoffs by teams that can match their offense while playing superior defense. The salary cap implications alone would be staggering. We're talking about a combined salary commitment that would push the Lakers into luxury tax territory, reserved for the most desperate championship chasers. But sometimes desperation breeds greatness, and sometimes it breeds financial ruin. The Knicks' reluctant fire sale from New York's perspective. Trading Towns seems like basketball insanity, unless you understand the deeper currents flowing through their front office. The Athletic's James Edwards III provides crucial context, estimating a 40% chance one of the usual starters isn't on the roster opening night. His reasoning centers on both Towns and OG Anunoby having lengthy deals, while dealing with injuries throughout their careers. This creates a fascinating dynamic where the Knicks might view Towns' massive contract as a liability rather than an asset. If New York believes his injury history and defensive limitations make him a poor long-term investment, they could be motivated sellers willing to accept less than maximum value in return for salary cap flexibility. But even a motivated seller needs adequate compensation. And this is where the Lakers' proposal hits its biggest obstacle. Outside of LeBron James and Luka Dončić, both presumably untouchable, what could Los Angeles possibly offer that would entice New York to part with a five-time All-Star? Austin Reeves has trade value, but he's hardly the centerpiece of a deal for a player of Towns' caliber. The Lakers would need to construct a package that combines multiple rotation players, future draft picks, and salary cap relief in a way that appeals to the Knicks' long-term vision. It's the kind of complex negotiation that requires both teams to believe they're getting the better end of the deal. The Chris Paul alternative. Friendship meets championship pragmatism, while the Towns trade represents high-stakes gambling. The Lakers' potential pursuit of Chris Paul feels like calculated nostalgia with legitimate championship upside. The 12-time All-Star and LeBron's longtime friend could provide exactly what Los Angeles has been missing: veteran point guard leadership that understands how to manage superstar personalities and playoff pressure. Paul's 2024-25 season with San Antonio tells the story the Lakers want to hear. 82 games started, 8.8 points, 7.4 assists, and the kind of floor general stability that championship teams require. At 37, Paul's days as a primary scoring option are over, but his basketball IQ and leadership remain elite. The financial math on Paul makes infinitely more sense than the Towns scenario. After earning over $400 million throughout his career, Paul signed a modest one-year, $10.4 million deal with the Spurs. The Lakers could acquire him without devastating their salary cap flexibility or trading away significant assets. LeBron's 2021 comments provide emotional context that can't be ignored. "That is my brother, and we've known each other since my junior year in high school. We've been friends ever since." This isn't just about basketball fit. It's about fulfilling a friendship dream while potentially adding championship-caliber leadership to a roster that sometimes lacks veteran guidance. The championship window reality, both potential acquisitions, forced the Lakers to confront uncomfortable truths about their championship timeline. LeBron James is 40 years old and playing on borrowed time, regardless of his continued excellence. Luka Dončić is entering his prime, but prime years are precious and finite. The urgency to maximize this window creates pressure to make moves that might not make long-term sense, but could deliver immediate championship results. The Towns trade represents the all-in mentality that defines championship windows. If it works, the Lakers could field one of the most offensively talented trios in NBA history. If it fails, they could be paying luxury tax penalties for years while watching their championship dreams fade behind defensive inadequacies and injury concerns. The Paul signing represents a safer, more sustainable approach. He provides immediate help without catastrophic consequences, given the Lakers' veteran leadership, while maintaining roster flexibility for additional moves. The front office crossroads Lakers management faces a defining moment that will determine how the LeBron-Luka era unfolds. Do they swing for the fences with a Towns trade that could create basketball magic or financial disaster? Do they pursue the steadier Paul signing that provides incremental improvement without massive risk? Or do they explore entirely different options that haven't yet entered public speculation? The Towns scenario feels like the kind of move that defines franchise legacies, either as a stroke of genius that delivered another championship or the overreach that crippled the organization for competitive cycles. The mathematical challenges make it feel more like fantasy than reality, but the Lakers have surprised everyone before with their willingness to mortgage the future for present glory. The Paul connection feels more realistic and potentially more valuable than his modest statistical contributions suggest. His championship experience, point guard intelligence, and friendship with LeBron could provide intangible benefits that don't appear on box scores, but matter enormously in playoff moments. The ultimate basketball gamble, these Lakers rumors capture everything compelling about NBA roster construction in the modern era. Teams constantly balance present opportunity against future flexibility, star power against salary cap mathematics, and basketball fit against financial reality. The beauty of professional sports lies in its unpredictability. Sometimes the impossible becomes inevitable through sheer will and perfect timing. Sometimes a safe choice delivers unexpected rewards that exceed all projections. The Lakers' next moves will determine whether this era concludes with championship celebration or becomes a cautionary tale about the dangers of desperate ambition. Whether they pursue the impossible Towns trade, the pragmatic Paul signing, or explore entirely different options, the Lakers are acknowledging that their championship window demands immediate action. The question becomes whether they're willing to risk everything on mathematical impossibility or take the measured approach that might not deliver championship glory but won't destroy their competitive future. What's your take on these Lakers possibilities? Should they risk financial ruin for the Towns gamble, embrace the Paul reunion, or chart an entirely different course? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and smash that like button if you're as captivated as I am by these franchise-altering decisions that could reshape the entire Western Conference power structure.